Oh, look, a shortcut to mushrooms. I would expect nothing less from a magical plant simulator. Wait, what's hanging in those trees? Oh no, no. Giant man-eating spiders? I'm out. Greetings, witches and wizards. Welcome to the channel. My name is Magic Maestro, and today I will be reacting to the Hogwarts Legacy, a calm autumn morning ASMR video that was released last week by Avalanche Software. So sit tight for commentary, antics, and silliness. So right off the bat here, we can see all of the crazy love and detail that the developers have brought to this game. This streetlight here is just as bright and annoying as any streetlight you might find in your own neighborhood. This is clearly the reason why Dumbledore invented the Deluminator. So if we pause here, we can take a look at this nasty looking plant. Who decided to put this in the community garden? I bet it's the same guy who planted bracken all along the livestock pens. If the leaves don't cut you up, the plant's head and teeth will. Yikes. How many children get killed by magical plants every year? I can assure you it's more than 0. Luckily, it wasn't a full moon last night. I don't hear any werewolf howls this morning. Oh, wait, what was that? No, I'm sure it was nothing. I love how the edges of the clouds are more translucent. If you look carefully, you can see every plant in this trailer swaying in the wind. Just take a few seconds on each plant and you will start to notice its limbs moving. The trees around my house aren't always moving, but there are definitely some windy places out there. We can see that this will be a fast travel location in the game because of the green flue flame. There's a little bit of morning fog that's rolling in, which just looks amazing too. With a little pan, we see that we are very close to Hogwarts, maybe even closer than we realized. I can imagine that most of the students are asleep at this hour of the day. I know I never enjoy waking up early. Then again, I also didn't have a house elf to make me breakfast either. I imagine it's hard to be an astronomer at Hogwarts. It's probably overcast or raining most of the time. I imagine wizards could move the clouds along if they really wanted to. I bet there will be some night missions with the newly announced Ravenclaw companion, Ahmet Thacker. Apparently he loves stargazing. There are a lot of birds in these trees over here. I counted that they took off 6 times during the span of this clip. What's the worst flock of birds to roost in a tree in your opinion? Parrots? Alright, so at the beginning of this clip here, we see that the sun has come up now. If we pause and look at this bush over on the right, we see that it looks like this may be an example of the Unreal Engine 5.1 at work. It seems like the underside of some of these leaves look illuminated. But it just might be the angle of the lighting hitting the bush. We know the game was made in Unreal, but we don't have confirmation that it's running in 5.0 or 5.1. You can see in this screenshot from the release notes of Unreal 5.1, leaves look more natural as light is scattered. As the camera pulls back, this looks a little ominous with the trees and ruins of old buildings. It looks like someone is hanging about though, because there's a lit fire off to the left. Is someone making breakfast out here? Or maybe second breakfast? What's your favorite meal of the day? Honestly, I probably could just have breakfast all day long and be happy. Now we start to hear this plodding sound, like someone's walking slowly through dirt. I thought this might reveal a large creature of some kind. I want to say this may be a better example of how the light is passing through the leaves and not just casting hard shadows on the back of them. Unless the team is creating this effect by some other means, this is at least a good argument to confirm Unreal version 5.1. What do you think? In the name of Ronald Weasley, why does it always have to be spiders? Seeing the giant web swaying in the breeze just gives me the shivers. What is that sound coming from? Oh, pause. What? Look how massive these trees just got. Yeah, this is not the place to hang out. Humans are on the menu. Oh, look, a shortcut to mushrooms. I would expect nothing less from a magical plant simulator. Maybe it's worth braving the man-eating spider-infested forest for these toadstools. FYI, these mushrooms aren't used in cooking. Nobody wants their food jumping off their plate. It's the same problem I find trying to eat chocolate frogs. They never just seem to want to be eaten. I love how these ASMR videos tend to keep Hogwarts in the background of many of these clips. It just gives you a sense of scale for how big this game will be. As Alan Tu, the game director of Hogwarts Legacy, said, quote, I just love being on a broom. I just love looking at the world and just being like, okay, I can just go. There's just something exhilarating about it that feels very different. I think I agree with Alan. For myself, I think that's the same thing that's so amazing about playing games like Spider-Man, where if you see a tall building, you can just throw out a web and go. Nothing is stopping you from reaching the top. I wonder what barriers the game will have when you reach the end of the map. Is your character going to just turn around and say, yeah, I think I should head back, or I think this is just too far to head out? Or maybe you will be outside the protective radius of Hogwarts, and dark wizards may just come out of nowhere to take you out. And I guess we'll just have to wait. So in this little outpost here, we see that there is an industrial operation of some kind going on. There's some magical axes picking away at the ground. This leads me to think that this might be a goblin operation. We don't have much to go off of in the books regarding what goblins do outside of Gringotts. I guess there might be colonies closer to Hogwarts than we realized. It's built right up against this farmland, but I don't think it's part of the village. There must be a cave or something under those towers because it's weird that nobody's around. It's hard to say whether they are digging or excavating. Perhaps they are uncovering ancient machines like the large gears we saw in the water during the last ASMR video, huh? This is a cool angle on the towers of Hogwarts. It's just so majestic. We're going to be able to walk around Hogwarts, like a place that actually exists. This is definitely a calm morning, closer to Hogwarts anyway. You can see some leaves falling from the trees on the right. I'm thinking the leaves are particle effects. It seems like a lot of leaves are falling. I'm not sure I'm sold on this animation or whatever it is. This is quite the scene. There are a lot of leaves. Again, I like the idea of leaves falling from the trees, but I'm not sure the execution is quite right. It's either too many leaves or too consistent. The leaves falling from the tree should ebb and flow with the wind. Maybe that might help. It's still really cool though, just a little distracting. Moving through the trees reveals this path leading to a bridge. I can't quite make out what heraldry is on the pendants. I'm not sure what meaning they have. As the camera moves, we get a better look at this large structure that might be an enemy stronghold. Why do I think it's an enemy stronghold? Because I think Hogwarts is our stronghold. What else nearby would require such fortifications? That, or it's an old fort that has been acquired. I could also see this being a tower that gets destroyed by a flying dragon. Just saying. Side note, what's going on with this tree? I'm not sure what's causing this to happen. I'm a wizard, not an arborist. You don't have to strain your ears too hard to hear the beehive here. I was expecting to see a dead animal at any point based on the sound of all this buzzing. I swear, I thought I was going to see a dead corpse at any moment. Seeing all these runes really makes you wonder, what was here before? Why was it destroyed? Or perhaps it was abandoned? I've been thinking a lot about how I'm going to spend my time playing this game, and clearly there's going to be plenty of time spent exploring and just taking in the environments. This is a really beautiful scene. However, we don't have much context. All we can do is just admire the rendering of these ruins. We don't know how important they are to the story of the game. Clearly, the developers have spent a lot of time with world building, so there's clearly a reason for everything they've put in the game. So they're here for a reason, though we don't know why. Another thing we don't know is why all those flies or bees were buzzing around just a minute ago, and perhaps we'll never know. This will indeed infuriate me until the end of time. It looks like this wheat is ready to harvest. Again, just take a moment to appreciate the depth of this composition. There's the wall and corral in the foreground. Then there's the field of crops. Then there's the town, which is most likely Hogsmeade. Then there's a row of trees. Then there's mountains in the background with trees at every elevation. Finally, you have the clouds. I love the whimsical nature of the architecture of these buildings. Why build straight when you can build sideways? This is what happens when your architect can't use a level or a carpenter's square. Yeah, we can just eyeball that roof. Who needs a straight chimney anyway? And the winner goes to this path and stoned archway. It's so beautiful with the fall colors. I think I see some English ivy growing. That's a bad sign. There's no way of getting rid of that stuff. Sorry, not even magic can fix that now. You might as well plant some bamboo and blackberries here while you're at it. I want you all to notice the most important image in this entire ASMR video, and that's this clip here with the pile of sticks. Don't ask me why, but I can assure you with 1000% honesty that it will come to play a large role in the outcome of the game. There is a saying that all roads lead to Rome. Well, in this game, all roads lead to sticks. See what they did here? They took us back to the same location that we started the video on. Now we can see what that crazy plant looks like during the day. Let's zoom in here. Yep, still terrifying looking. We also need to take a moment to appreciate this bench here. Do you see that? The seat is held up by two figures. When you sit on this bench, you aren't relaxing. You're sitting on the backs of what looks like two house elves. Statues or no, that's brutal. What a detail to throw in. Wow, that was quite the experience. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked this video and would like to see more Hogwarts Legacy news and content, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, I hope you have a magical day. Wizard out.